Early life and beginnings. Ángel Fernández was born on July 17, 1991, in Barcelona, Spain. Growing up in one of the most football-obsessed cities in the world, it was no surprise that Ángel began playing football at an early age. His talent was evident from the start, and like many aspiring young Spanish footballers, he joined the youth academy of one of the local clubs to hone his skills. Fernández began his career at FC Barcelona's famed La Masia Academy, a training ground known for producing world-class talent like Lionel Messi, Xavi Hernandez, and Andrés Iniesta. His early development in Barcelona's youth ranks showcased his ability to control the ball, his vision in the midfield, and his technical ability, making him one to watch for the future. Fernández played through the various youth levels, consistently impressing coaches and teammates alike with his work ethic and natural flair for the game. Professional debut and early career. Ángel Fernández's professional career began when he made his debut in the FC Barcelona B team. Playing in Spain's Segunda División B, Fernández was able to showcase his talents at a more competitive level. Though he didn't make an immediate jump into the first team, his performances for the B team were promising, and he quickly gained attention from other clubs in Spain. In 2012, after several seasons with Barcelona B, Fernández decided it was time to move on in search of more playing time. He left the famed La Masia Academy and signed with Real Zaragoza, another prominent Spanish football club. With Zaragoza, Fernández began to make strides in his professional career, securing more regular playing time and contributing in various midfield positions. His versatility as a player allowed him to feature both as a deep-lying midfielder and in an advanced playmaking role. Career peak and key achievements. It was at Real Zaragoza where Ángel Fernández reached the peak of his club career. Although Zaragoza faced challenges, including relegation battles, Fernández's individual performances stood out. His vision, passing range, and composure under pressure earned him a reputation as one of the promising midfielders in Spanish football. He was instrumental in Zaragoza's midfield, orchestrating attacks and breaking up opposition plays. His work ethic and leadership on the pitch were lauded by both teammates and coaching staff. During his time at Zaragoza, Ángel was able to play in key games against some of Spain's best teams in the La Liga. He made several notable appearances, contributing assists, and occasionally scoring goals to help his team during crucial moments of the season. However, Zaragoza's financial issues and struggles in the league meant that they never fully stabilized as a top-tier club, and Fernández eventually began to explore other opportunities. As his career progressed, Fernández found himself in and out of the starting lineup, which is not unusual for many players in highly competitive environments. Despite this, he continued to showcase his skill, earning recognition for his consistency in performance. Move to international and other clubs. After his time at Zaragoza, Ángel Fernández transitioned to several clubs within Spain and abroad, playing for teams in Italy and Greece, where his versatile skills continued to shine. His stints in foreign leagues were characterized by his ability to adapt quickly to different styles of play, showing that his technical abilities allowed him to thrive in various tactical systems. At AEK Athens in Greece, Fernández had a notable stint, where he competed in both the domestic league and international competitions like the UEFA Europa League. His performances for the Greek club further solidified his reputation as a reliable and skilled midfielder. Fans of AEK Athens appreciated his creative passing and the ability to control the tempo of the match from midfield. Challenges and setbacks. Like many professional footballers, Ángel Fernández's career wasn't without its challenges. Injuries plagued his time at various clubs, and his inability to maintain a consistent place in the starting lineup for some of his teams made it difficult to achieve sustained success. At times, this caused his potential to be underutilized, leaving him yearning for more playing time and recognition. Moreover, while he had notable stints in several countries, Fernández's international career remained limited. He made several appearances for the Spanish U21 team during his younger years but was never able to break into the senior national team, despite being regarded as one of the most talented midfielders in Spain's domestic leagues at various points of his career. Last years and retirement. In the latter stages of his playing career, Ángel Fernández found himself returning to Spain for a final chapter in his career. Playing for smaller clubs in Spain's lower divisions, he continued to contribute as an experienced midfield presence, mentoring younger players while still showcasing his abilities on the pitch. Eventually, at the age of 35, Ángel Fernández announced his retirement from professional football, bringing to a close a career that had spanned several countries and a variety of footballing experiences. Though he never achieved the top-tier success that some of his contemporaries enjoyed, his contribution to every team he played for was never in question. In retirement, Fernández has remained involved in the footballing world, taking on roles in coaching and youth development, sharing his wealth of knowledge with the next generation of Spanish talent. Legacy and influence. While Ángel Fernández may not be a household name in football, his story is a testament to the determination and resilience that many professional footballers experience. His versatility, skill, and leadership on the field have left a lasting impact on the clubs he represented. In particular, his contributions to Real Zaragoza, AEK Athens, and several other clubs in Spain and abroad remain a part of their rich footballing history. Fernández's story also highlights the challenges faced by many talented footballers who may not receive the recognition or accolades that they deserve, yet still continue to make significant contributions to their teams. Though his playing days are over, Fernández remains a respected figure in the football community. His journey serves as an inspiration to young players looking to carve out careers in professional football, reminding them that success can come in many forms and often requires patience, perseverance, and adaptability. Conclusion: Ángel Fernández's career may not have reached the heights of some of his contemporaries, but his dedication, versatility, and skillful play made him an important figure in Spanish football during his time. From his early days at Barcelona's La Masia Academy to his successful runs at Real Zaragoza and AEK Athens, his journey is one of resilience and talent, marking him as a player who gave everything for the game he loved. Early life and football beginnings. Alex Aguinaga, born July 9, 1968, in Ambato, Ecuador, quickly rose to prominence in Ecuadorian football. Coming from a humble background, Aguinaga was introduced to football at a young age. Growing up in Ambato, a city nestled in the Andean foothills, he developed a love for the sport, which eventually shaped his future career. His passion for football led him to join local clubs, where his skill on the ball became evident early on. Aguinaga's footballing talent caught the attention of scouts when he was still in his teens, leading to his move to Técnico Universitario, a club in Ecuador's top-tier football league. There, he began his professional career, and his performances as a creative midfielder soon earned him recognition as one of the most talented players in the country. His ability to control the tempo of the game, combined with his excellent vision and technical ability, marked him as a player with immense potential. Moved to Barcelona SC and rise to prominence. By the early 1990s, Aguinaga's success at Técnico Universitario earned him a high-profile transfer to one of Ecuador's most successful clubs, Barcelona SC. His time at Barcelona SC, one of Ecuador's most decorated clubs, would prove to be the defining period of his career in his home country. At Barcelona SC, Aguinaga flourished under the guidance of the club's experienced coaching staff, and it was during this time that he began to establish himself as a key player in Ecuadorian football. In 1991, Aguinaga played a crucial role in helping Barcelona SC secure the Ecuadorian Serie A title. His vision, passing accuracy, and leadership on the pitch made him the heart of the team's midfield. The success he experienced at the club cemented his place as one of the best footballers in Ecuador, and it caught the eye of international scouts, leading to his eventual move to play abroad. At Barcelona SC, Aguinaga's impressive performances on the national stage also earned him a spot in the Ecuadorian national team. By 1993, he was called up to represent his country in international competitions, marking the start of a long and successful international career. Moved to Mexico and international success. In 1993, Aguinaga made the pivotal decision to leave Ecuador and join Club Necaxa, a team in Mexico's Liga MX. His decision to move to Mexico represented a major step forward in his career, as it exposed him to a more competitive and global footballing environment. His transition to Liga MX was a success from the very beginning, as he quickly became one of the standout players in the league. Aguinaga was known for his intelligence on the ball, his ability to dictate play, and his knack for scoring and assisting goals. During his time at Necaxa, Aguinaga achieved great success, winning 3 league titles and earning a reputation as one of the best foreign players in Mexico. His influence on the pitch was felt every time he played, and his leadership qualities became increasingly apparent. Aguinaga played an instrumental role in Necaxa's success, and his performances helped elevate the club to a new level of prominence. It was also at Necaxa where Aguinaga experienced the peak of his career, being recognized as a true star in Liga MX. His consistent performances and contributions made him a fan favorite and a key figure in the team's midfield. His skillful passing, vision, and ability to control games were integral to Necaxa's dominance during his time at the club. Beyond his club success, Aguinaga's performances for the Ecuadorian national team also began to attract international attention. His ability to dictate play from the midfield and contribute to both attacking and defensive duties earned him a regular place in the starting lineup for his country. Aguinaga represented Ecuador in various Copa America tournaments and World Cup qualifiers, establishing himself as one of the country's most important players during the 1990s and early 2000s. International glory with Ecuador. Aguinaga's contributions to the Ecuadorian national team were profound, and his influence played a central role in the country's rise on the international football stage. Aguinaga was a key figure during Ecuador's successful 1998 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign. Although Ecuador fell short of reaching the World Cup that year, Aguinaga's performances during the qualifiers were highly praised, and his leadership qualities shone through in each match. His ability to make key passes and his experience on the international stage helped pave the way for the next generation of Ecuadorian footballers. Ecuador's football scene continued to develop, and Aguinaga remained a fixture in the national team throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. His most notable achievement with the national team came in 2002, when Ecuador finally made its debut at the FIFA World Cup. Although Aguinaga's role was more of a leader and mentor at this point in his career, his influence on the field was invaluable, and his experience was crucial for the development of Ecuador's national team. Later career and return to Ecuador. By the early 2000s, Aguinaga's career was winding down, but his influence continued to be felt across the world of football. After leaving Necaxa in 2004, Aguinaga moved to several clubs in his final years as a professional footballer, including a brief stint with Club Atlas in Mexico and a return to Ecuador to finish his career at El Nacional. While he was no longer at the peak of his career, Aguinaga's leadership and experience continued to play an important role in the teams he represented. He briefly returned to Ecuadorian football, where he took on a mentoring role for the younger generation of footballers, passing down his wisdom to the next wave of Ecuadorian talent. Retirement and legacy. After retiring from professional football in the mid-2000s, Aguinaga transitioned into coaching and football management. His extensive experience in Mexico and Ecuador, as well as his time with the national team, provided him with a wealth of knowledge that he would eventually use to help guide the future of Ecuadorian football. Although his coaching career has not been as high-profile as his playing career, his legacy as one of the finest Ecuadorian footballers is secure. Aguinaga is celebrated as one of Ecuador's greatest players, and his contributions to Ecuadorian football cannot be overstated. His leadership, technical ability, and intelligence on the ball set him apart from many of his contemporaries, and he continues to be a beloved figure in Ecuadorian football history. In recognition of his achievements, Aguinaga remains a respected figure in both Ecuadorian football and Mexican football. His success with Club Necaxa and his role in helping Ecuador break onto the international stage during the 1990s and early 2000s solidified his place as one of the country's greatest ever players. Aguinaga's footballing legacy remains a source of inspiration for future generations of Ecuadorian and Latin American footballers. Conclusion. Alex Aguinaga's career spanned across multiple countries and footballing cultures, and his influence was felt both on the field and in the locker room. From his humble beginnings in Ambato to his rise in Ecuador and subsequent stardom in Mexico, Aguinaga's story is one of perseverance, talent, and leadership. His ability to control games, dictate play, and inspire his teammates ensured that he would always be remembered as one of the greats of Ecuadorian football. In his retirement, Aguinaga continues to inspire those who follow in his footsteps, and his career remains an example of what can be achieved with hard work, dedication, and a love for the game. His legacy as one of Ecuador's finest players will live on for years to come. Early life and background. Giovanni Espinoza was born on April 19, 1978, in Esmeraldas, Ecuador. Raised in a coastal region where football is deeply ingrained in the culture, Espinoza's early exposure to the sport came from his local community. From a young age, he showed an exceptional talent for football, and by the time he was a teenager, his skills were already apparent. He grew up in a family passionate about football, which greatly influenced his development as an athlete. Espinoza began his football journey playing in local clubs and informal street games, where his natural athleticism and love for the sport became evident. He joined Club Deportivo El Nacional at a young age, one of Ecuador's most prominent clubs, where he received formal training. Espinoza's abilities were soon recognized by his coaches and scouts, setting the stage for his future as a professional football player. Rise to professional football. Espinoza's rise to professional football began when he made his debut for Deportivo Quito in the Ecuadorian Serie A in 1996. His early performances showcased his qualities as a hardworking and intelligent defender. As a central defender, Espinoza quickly made a name for himself due to his excellent positioning, tactical awareness, and leadership abilities. His ability to read the game allowed him to perform at a high level from the start. In his initial years, Espinoza was often deployed as a reliable and composed defender who could handle some of the toughest opponents in the league. His rise within the Ecuadorian football scene was swift, and in 2000, he made a significant move that would shape the rest of his career. Espinoza signed with Emelec, one of the most successful clubs in Ecuador. With Emelec, Espinoza became a mainstay in the starting 11 and solidified his reputation as one of the country's top central defenders. International career with Ecuador. Espinoza's strong performances at the club level did not go unnoticed, and in 2001, he earned his first call-up to the Ecuador national team. His inclusion in the national team came during a critical period in Ecuador's footballing history. As the team sought to strengthen its defense for the 2002 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Espinoza quickly established himself as a reliable figure in Ecuador's defense, and his consistency and leadership on the field made him a key player for the national team. His international debut marked the beginning of an extensive international career. Espinoza played a crucial role in Ecuador's qualifying campaign for the 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany, a landmark achievement for the country. He was part of the national team's first-ever World Cup qualification, helping Ecuador secure a place in the tournament for the first time in their history. This was a major moment not only for Espinoza but for Ecuadorian football as a whole. In the 2006 World Cup, Espinoza featured prominently as Ecuador made an impressive run to the round of 16. Although Ecuador was eventually eliminated by England, Espinoza's performances were widely praised for his solid defending and composure under pressure. His leadership on the pitch was key to Ecuador's successful campaign, and his contributions helped establish him as one of the team's pillars during this era. Espinoza continued to represent Ecuador in international tournaments, including the Copa America, where his defensive prowess was again on display. His physicality, commitment to his team, and ability to disrupt opposing attacks made him one of the standout defenders of his generation in South American football. Career at club level. After his successful spell with Emelec, Espinoza had the opportunity to expand his career by moving to Europe, where he played for French Ligue 1 side, AS Saint-Étienne, in 2007. This marked a significant step in his career as he joined one of Europe's top leagues, where the level of competition was extremely high. Espinoza adapted quickly to the European style of football, gaining invaluable experience playing against some of the best footballers in the world. At Saint-Étienne, Espinoza was part of a well-organized defense and contributed significantly to the team's performances. While his time in France was relatively short, it helped raise his profile internationally and opened doors for further opportunities abroad. His defensive skills continued to impress, even as he faced challenges playing against high-caliber attacking players in the French league. After his time in Europe, Espinoza returned to Ecuador, where he rejoined Emelec for a second spell. This return solidified his status as one of the country's best defenders, and he continued to excel in Ecuadorian football. During this time, Espinoza helped Emelec win several Ecuadorian Serie A titles, further enhancing his legacy in Ecuadorian football. Peak of his career and achievements. Espinoza's peak as a player came during his time with Emelec and the Ecuador national team. He was regarded as one of the top central defenders in South American football during the mid-2000s and early 2010s. Espinoza's ability to play in high-pressure situations, combined with his consistency, made him a leader both at the club and international level. Some of his key achievements include: FIFA World Cup 2006, Espinoza played an essential role in helping Ecuador qualify for their first World Cup, and his performances in the tournament helped Ecuador reach the round of 16, one of their best finishes in history. Copa America appearances. Espinoza represented Ecuador in multiple editions of the prestigious South American tournament, where he showed his mettle against top teams in the region. Ecuadorian Serie A titles. Espinoza won several league titles with Emelec, solidifying his status as one of the country's most successful defenders of the era. Espinoza was consistently named in the Ecuadorian Serie A's Team of the Year and was widely regarded as one of the most dependable and experienced players in the league. His success at both the club and international levels earned him a reputation as a hardworking and reliable player who could be counted on in crucial moments. Later years and retirement. In the later years of his career, Espinoza continued to play for Emelec but also had stints with other Ecuadorian clubs, such as Deportivo Quito, before ultimately calling time on his playing days. He retired from professional football in 2016 after a successful and long career that spanned nearly 2 decades. Despite no longer being a professional player, Espinoza's passion for football remained strong. After his retirement, he became involved in coaching and youth development, working to pass on his knowledge of the game to younger players. His leadership and experience as a player made him an invaluable asset in his post-retirement endeavors, and many believed he could help shape the future of Ecuadorian football. Early life and background. Kleber Chila was born on April 18, 1991, in Esmeraldas, Ecuador. Raised in a region known for its strong football culture, Chila's early years were deeply influenced by the sport, which was a prominent part of the local community. Esmeraldas, a coastal city in Ecuador, has produced many talented footballers, and Chila's family was no different, with his passion for the game developing at a young age. Chila began playing football in his neighborhood, where he was able to showcase his talent in informal matches. His natural ability on the field was evident from the start. By the age of 13, he joined the youth ranks of Club Deportivo El Nacional, one of Ecuador's premier football clubs. His technical ability, speed, and keen eye for goal made him stand out from the other young players. Chila's time at El Nacional was instrumental in his early development, and his performances soon caught the attention of larger clubs across Ecuador. Rise to professional football. Chila's professional career began with Deportivo Quito, where he officially made his mark on the Ecuadorian Serie A. His speed, versatility, and attacking potential were evident, as he excelled as a winger, with an innate ability to beat defenders and deliver quality crosses into the box. His first taste of top-flight football came in the 2008 season, and by then, he was already drawing attention from national team scouts. In the beginning, Chila's role was mainly as an impact player off the bench, but his impressive performances soon led to him earning a starting spot. His development at Deportivo Quito allowed him to gain the experience necessary for his future career in both club and international football. His time at the club solidified his reputation as one of Ecuador's top young talents, and by 2010, he made a breakthrough that helped him earn recognition both locally and internationally. National team call-up. After impressing at the club level, Chila earned a call-up to the Ecuador national team in 2011. Marking the beginning of his international career. His role with Ecuador was primarily that of a winger, where he contributed to the team with his dribbling ability, pace, and the ability to provide assists and score goals. His first international goal came during a friendly match against Colombia in 2012, showcasing his potential to contribute in high-pressure situations. Throughout his international career, Chela played in several World Cup qualifiers and contributed to Ecuador's bid for the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. Although he was not a constant starter, Chela's appearances for Ecuador were often decisive, and his contributions were vital in securing important wins during qualification campaigns. In the 2014 FIFA World Cup, Chela was selected to be part of the Ecuadorian squad, where he made his mark as a key player. His performances, particularly during the group stage, helped Ecuador progress through the competition, where the team managed to achieve notable results. Chela's pace and ability to create opportunities for his teammates were crucial as Ecuador finished third in their group. Career in Ecuador and abroad. Chela's career flourished both in Ecuador and abroad. After his successful stint at Deportivo Quito, he transferred to club Sport Emelec, one of Ecuador's most successful clubs. With Emelec, Chela reached new heights, helping the club secure several Ecuadorian Serie A titles, and firmly establishing himself as one of the premier wingers in Ecuador. His time at Emelec marked a period of consistency for Chela, where he became an integral part of the team. His attacking play was pivotal to Emelec's success, and he helped lead the team to victories in national competitions and in international club tournaments, such as the Copa Libertadores. Chela's ability to deliver consistent performances in both domestic and international club competitions further solidified his status as one of the top players in Ecuador. In addition to his success with Emelec, Chela also had brief stints with foreign clubs in Mexico and Colombia, where he continued to showcase his skills on the international stage. His time abroad, particularly with Atlante FC in Mexico, allowed Chela to refine his game against tougher competition in the Liga MX. He also played for Santa Fe in Colombia, further adding to his experience and versatility in different leagues. Career peak and main achievements. Chela's peak years as a player came during his time at Emelec, where he was recognized for his consistency, leadership, and ability to perform in high-stakes matches. Some of his main achievements include winning the Ecuadorian Serie A multiple times with Emelec, earning international recognition for his performances in Copa Libertadores tournaments, and being consistently selected to represent Ecuador in major international competitions. His contribution to Ecuador's national team during their 2014 FIFA World Cup campaign remains one of the highlights of his career. Despite not being a starter in every match, Chela's dynamic and impactful presence on the field was a key factor in Ecuador's successful group stage performance. Chela's individual accolades are also a testament to his talent. He was consistently included in the Ecuadorian Serie A's Team of the Year during his peak seasons, and his skills were often recognized in South American football circles. His combination of attacking flair, hard work, and technical proficiency made him one of the most respected wingers in the continent during his prime. Final years and retirement. As Chela entered his 30s, he faced the challenges that many professional athletes encounter. Although his ability on the ball and vision remained sharp, his pace, once one of his defining attributes, began to decline. In his final years as a player, Chela returned to Ecuador, where he played for Liga Deportiva Universitaria de Quito. Though he was no longer the explosive winger he once was, he adapted his game, becoming a more thoughtful and strategic player who used his experience to guide his teammates. Chela announced his retirement from professional football in 2019, bringing an end to a career that spanned over a decade and left an indelible mark on both Ecuadorian football and South American football as a whole. His decision to retire was influenced by the toll that years of high-level competition had taken on his body, but his legacy in Ecuadorian football remained strong. Post-retirement and legacy. After his retirement, Kleber Chela began focusing on life outside of football. He expressed interest in coaching and mentoring younger generations of Ecuadorian footballers. His knowledge of the game, gained over years of playing at the highest level, positioned him as a potential future coach, and many believe he has the necessary qualities to pass on his insights to younger talents. Chela's leadership on the field was evident throughout his career, and it is expected that he will continue to have a significant role in the development of Ecuadorian football post-retirement. Chela's legacy is firmly cemented in Ecuadorian football. He was not only one of the most dynamic wingers of his time but also a player who represented the hard-working, passionate nature of Ecuador's footballing culture. His contributions to Emelec, Deportivo Quito, and the Ecuador national team will be remembered for years to come. Chala is viewed by many fans and analysts as a key figure in the growth of Ecuadorian football during the late 2000s and early 2010s. His ability to perform at the highest level, both for his club and country, made him one of Ecuador's standout footballers of his generation. His legacy endures not only through his achievements but through the players he inspired to follow in his footsteps. Conclusion: Kleber Chala's career was one of dedication, talent, and versatility. From his humble beginnings in Esmeraldas to becoming one of Ecuador's top players, Chala's journey is a testament to his hard work and determination. With successful stints at various top clubs and an important role in Ecuador's national team, his name is etched in the history of Ecuadorian football. While his playing days are over, Chala's impact continues, and his legacy as one of Ecuador's finest wingers will be remembered for years to come. Early life and football beginnings. Agustin Javier Delgado Chala, more commonly known as Agustin Delgado, was born on December 23, 1974, in Esmeraldas, Ecuador. Growing up in a small town on the coast of Ecuador, Delgado's early life was shaped by the local love for football. From a young age, he demonstrated a natural talent for the game, and his raw ability quickly stood out in local competitions. His talent was evident in his youth, as he rapidly rose through the ranks of Ecuadorian youth football, drawing attention from the country's top clubs. Delgado's initial steps into professional football began when he joined El Nacional, one of the most prominent football clubs in Ecuador, at the age of 16. At El Nacional, he honed his skills and gained valuable first-team experience, showing great promise as a forward. The young striker impressed coaches and teammates alike with his pace, physicality, and keen eye for goal. His performances at El Nacional quickly earned him a reputation as one of Ecuador's most exciting prospects. Breakthrough at El Nacional. Delgado's breakthrough into Ecuador's top-flight football came in the late 1990s, when he was promoted to El Nacional's senior team. By the age of 20, Delgado had already become one of the club's most important players. His impact was immediate, with the forward netting a series of important goals that caught the attention of both domestic and international scouts. During his time at El Nacional, Delgado became a crucial player in the Ecuadorian Serie A, known for his explosive pace, powerful shots, and fearless attacking style. His natural ability to read the game and position himself in goal-scoring opportunities made him one of the best forwards in Ecuador at the time. It was at El Nacional that he developed a reputation as a prolific goal scorer, helping the club secure several important wins in national competitions. His performances with the club led to his inclusion in the Ecuadorian national team, marking the beginning of his international career. International success and the rise to stardom. Agustin Delgado's rise to prominence was not limited to his domestic performances. His talent quickly translated to success on the international stage, as he was called up to represent the Ecuadorian national team in the late 1990s. Delgado made his international debut in 1996 during a friendly match against Colombia, and soon became a key figure in the national team's attack. Delgado's performances in World Cup qualifiers were a major highlight of his international career. His goals helped push Ecuador closer to qualifying for the 2002 FIFA World Cup in South Korea and Japan. Although Ecuador did not make the cut for the 2002 World Cup, Delgado's consistent goal-scoring form during the qualification campaign showed his value as a forward on the international stage. His technical skills, aerial ability, and clinical finishing made him one of the top strikers in the South American qualifiers. One of his most memorable performances came in 2001, when he scored a hat-trick against Brazil in a crucial World Cup qualifying match. The victory, which ended Brazil's long unbeaten run in Quito, cemented Delgado's reputation as one of Ecuador's greatest ever players. His dynamic attacking style and goals in vital matches helped raise the profile of Ecuadorian football. Move to Europe, a career in Mexico and beyond. In 1999, after a successful period with El Nacional, Delgado made the leap to play abroad, joining Puebla FC, a club in Mexico's Liga MX. His move to Mexico represented a significant step in his career, as he transitioned to a more competitive league. Delgado quickly became a key player for Puebla, where his physicality, goal-scoring instincts, and adaptability were evident. He continued to make a significant impact in Liga MX, and his performances caught the eye of larger clubs in Mexico and beyond. Over the next few years, Delgado moved to Club America, one of the most successful and prestigious teams in Mexican football. His time at Club America was highly successful, as he helped the club secure several domestic trophies and build a competitive squad. His partnership with other talented strikers at the club made him a prominent figure in Mexican football. In addition to his time in Mexico, Delgado's career saw him move to other countries, including stints in Spain, Greece, and Saudi Arabia. His time in Greece with AEK Athens was particularly notable, as he helped the team achieve domestic success while continuing to perform at the highest level. His goal-scoring abilities and leadership were vital to his team's achievements, and he built a reputation as a forward capable of scoring in any situation, whether in domestic leagues or international competitions. 2006 World Cup and Ecuador's historic qualification. One of the crowning achievements of Delgado's international career came in 2006, when Ecuador qualified for the FIFA World Cup for the first time in its history. Delgado, who was at the peak of his career at the time, was integral to Ecuador's qualification campaign. His performances in the South American qualifiers, where he scored several crucial goals, were key in securing Ecuador's place in the World Cup. During the 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany, Delgado's leadership and experience played a pivotal role in Ecuador's successful campaign. Ecuador reached the round of 16, marking their best-ever performance in a World Cup. Although Delgado did not score in the tournament, his presence and influence on the field helped the team achieve their historic run. His combination of leadership, skill, and tactical awareness made him a crucial figure for the team, both on and off the pitch. Later years and retirement. As the years went on, Delgado's career began to wind down. After his time in Europe, he returned to Ecuador and joined LDU Quito. During his second stint in Ecuadorian football, Delgado continued to impress, contributing to his team with his experience and goal-scoring abilities. Despite being in the twilight of his career, Delgado's impact on the field remained significant. His ability to mentor younger players and his wealth of international experience were invaluable assets for the team. He helped LDU Quito win several domestic trophies before announcing his retirement from professional football in 2011. Legacy and influence. Agustin Delgado's retirement from professional football marked the end of a remarkable career that saw him become one of Ecuador's most celebrated and influential players. His leadership on the national team and his contributions to Ecuador's first-ever World Cup appearance solidified his place as one of the country's greatest-ever footballers. Delgado's influence extended beyond his playing days, as he became an important figure in Ecuadorian football, both as a mentor to younger players and as a contributor to football development in the country. He was hailed for his commitment to the sport and his role in raising the profile of Ecuadorian football on the international stage. Conclusion. Agustin Delgado's career can be defined by his technical brilliance, physical presence, and leadership. From his early days in Esmeraldas to becoming an icon in both Ecuadorian football and Mexican football, Delgado's legacy is one of excellence, perseverance, and impact. His role in helping Ecuador reach the 2006 FIFA World Cup will forever be etched in the country's footballing history, and his influence continues to inspire future generations of Ecuadorian footballers. Delgado's career, filled with incredible moments, historic goals, and valuable experiences, has firmly placed him among the best footballers to have ever represented Ecuador. As one of the nation's most beloved and influential players, Agustin Delgado's place in the pantheon of Ecuadorian football legends is secure. Early life and football beginnings. Alfonso Obregón was born on August 17, 1974, in Mexico City, Mexico, into a footballing family where the sport was deeply ingrained in the local culture. Growing up in a city where football was a national obsession, Obregón quickly developed an affinity for the game, and from an early age, he was seen as a young player with great potential. His parents recognized his passion, and they supported his ambitions to play professionally. Obregon began his football journey in the local clubs of Mexico City, where his exceptional skills as a forward caught the attention of scouts. His raw talent, combined with his ability to score goals and his strong presence on the field, led him to join Club America's youth academy. America, one of the biggest and most popular clubs in Mexico, provided the perfect platform for Obregon to continue developing his game and establish a future in professional football. At the age of 18, Obregon made his debut for Club America in the Mexican Primera División, the top professional football league in Mexico. The stage was set for a promising career as Obregon began to make his mark as a forward with impressive technical ability, speed, and vision on the ball. His progression within the team was rapid, and soon after making his debut, he was recognized as one of the club's most promising young talents. Club America, rising star. Obregon's time at Club America marked the beginning of his rise to prominence in Mexican football. His natural goal-scoring ability quickly made him a valuable asset for the team, and he was used as an important player in various attacking positions. Under the guidance of renowned coaches, Obregon's versatility and work rate on the field became key characteristics of his game. One of the defining moments of Obregon's early career came in 1994 when he helped Club America secure a Mexican League championship. His consistent performances and critical goals played a vital role in the team's success. The 1994 championship victory was the first of many for Obregon, and it established him as a key figure in the Mexican football scene. His time at America was also marked by the strong fan support he received, with many of the club's passionate followers seeing him as the future of the team. In the 1990s, the Primera División was fiercely competitive, with several teams vying for dominance. Despite this, Obregon's ability to adapt to the high-pressure environment, alongside his ability to perform under intense scrutiny, made him a standout player in the league. Move to Europe, success in Spain and Italy. As Obregon's reputation grew in Mexico, so did the attention he received from European clubs. In 1997, after years of success in the Mexican League, he was offered an opportunity to test his skills in Europe. He signed with Real Betis, a La Liga club in Spain. His move to Spain was a significant step in his career and marked the beginning of his European adventure. At Real Betis, Obregon faced the challenge of adapting to the highly tactical and physically demanding environment of European football. Although his time at Betis was relatively short, he showcased his skills in La Liga, gaining the respect of Spanish fans and players. His style of play, which was focused on both technique and attacking instincts, suited the fast-paced nature of Spanish football, and he quickly became a fan favorite. Obregon's time in Spain gave him invaluable experience at the highest level of European competition, and his performances at Real Betis were enough to catch the eye of clubs across Europe. After a brief stint in Spain, he moved to Italy, where he played for Genoa CFC in Serie A, playing in Italy, Genoa and European competitions. Obregon's move to Italy's Serie A was another significant moment in his career. Playing for Genoa CFC, he entered one of the most competitive and tactically sophisticated leagues in the world. Serie A was home to some of the best defensive teams in Europe, and the challenges of playing against some of the world's top defenders helped shape Obregon's tactical understanding of the game. His time in Italy, however, was hampered by injuries that slowed his progress, preventing him from fully capitalizing on his potential. Despite these setbacks, Obregon's technical skills and his ability to score crucial goals during his time in Serie A stood out. He contributed to Genoa's push in domestic and European competitions, where his flair for scoring, combined with his sharp football intelligence, provided a glimpse of his talent. Unfortunately, Obregon was not able to establish himself as a first-choice starter consistently, and his time in Italy came to an end after several seasons. Nevertheless, the lessons learned from his stint in one of Europe's top leagues added valuable experience to Obregon's playing career. Return to Mexico and international glory. In the early 2000s, Obregon returned to Mexico and rejoined Club America for a second stint. This return was marked by his mature play style and greater leadership on the field. His time back in Mexico saw him help the team maintain its competitive edge in the Primera División while also participating in international club competitions. Obregon's return to Mexico coincided with an increasingly successful period for the Ecuador national team, where he was able to integrate his international experience into the squad. He made several appearances in the Copa America and World Cup qualification rounds, where he played a critical role as a key forward. His contributions were vital in Ecuador's successful qualification for the 2006 FIFA World Cup, marking the country's return to the global stage. Although he did not play a major role during the tournament itself, his leadership and influence in the qualifying stages were invaluable for Ecuador's success. Obregon was known for his passion for the national team, and his performances for Ecuador continued to impress on the international stage. He was an essential part of the team's attacking play, providing key assists and scoring crucial goals throughout his career. Legacy and final years. After a long and successful career at both the club and international level, Obregon retired from professional football in 2011. Following his retirement, he shifted his focus to the development of football in Ecuador, where he invested in youth programs and local footballing initiatives. His experience, both in Europe and South America, made him an important figure in the Ecuadorian football community, and he became a mentor for young players hoping to follow in his footsteps. Throughout his career, Obregon was known not only for his technical skills and goal-scoring ability but also for his leadership qualities. He was a player who inspired others through his work ethic and commitment to the game, both on the pitch and in the locker room. Although Obregon did not achieve the same level of fame as some of his contemporaries, his contributions to Ecuadorian football and his time in Europe, particularly in La Liga and Serie A, earned him recognition as one of the most talented and influential players of his generation. His legacy continues to inspire new generations of Ecuadorian footballers. Conclusion: a versatile and skilled player. Ulises de la Cruz's career is one of perseverance and success. His journey from local clubs in Ecuador to becoming a key figure in both La Liga and Serie A, and ultimately a member of Ecuador's historic 2006 FIFA World Cup team, demonstrates his remarkable ability and dedication to the sport. His leadership and versatility on the field made him a valuable asset to any team he played for, and his international career helped raise Ecuador's profile in the global footballing arena. Off the pitch, Obregon remains a respected figure in Ecuadorian football, with his contributions to the national team and his post-retirement endeavors further cementing his status as one of the country's all-time greats. Through his leadership, technical skills, and passion for the game, Ulises de la Cruz continues to be a key figure in the history of Ecuadorian football. Juan Carlos Burbano is an Ecuadorian footballer known for his tenacity on the field, versatility, and ability to make decisive contributions to the teams he played for. Born on March 2, 1982, in Esmeraldas, Ecuador, Burbano's career saw him make a mark both in domestic and international football. He played primarily as a midfielder but was known for his flexibility, adapting to various roles depending on the tactical needs of his team. Early life and beginnings. Juan Carlos Burbano grew up in Esmeraldas, a coastal city in Ecuador known for its vibrant culture and love for football. From a young age, he was drawn to the sport, and his natural talent was quickly recognized by local coaches. His first steps into professional football came when he joined the youth team of CD Espoli, a club based in Quito. His time at the youth level allowed him to refine his skills, and it wasn't long before he made his debut in Ecuador's top division. Burbano's early experiences were marked by his hard work, discipline, and a clear vision on the field. His technical ability, combined with his tactical awareness, allowed him to stand out as a promising young talent. He caught the attention of clubs in Ecuador's Serie A, where he would eventually take his first steps into professional football. Professional debut and rise in Ecuadorian football. Burbano's professional career began in 2001 when he made his debut for CD Espoli in Ecuador's top division. At just 19 years old, he quickly became an important part of the team's midfield. Espoli, known for producing talented players, provided Burbano with the platform to showcase his skill set. His agility, passing ability, and work rate helped him make an immediate impact, and by his second season, he was one of the standout players in the squad. During his time at Espoli, Burbano's performances did not go unnoticed. His ability to control the tempo of the game and his knack for setting up key plays earned him a move to El Nacional, one of Ecuador's most successful and storied football clubs. This move marked a significant step forward in Burbano's career. At El Nacional, Burbano further developed his skills, playing alongside some of Ecuador's most experienced players. His time at the club allowed him to grow both technically and tactically, becoming a more well-rounded midfielder. Burbano's performances in the Serie A continued to draw attention, and soon, he was recognized as one of the top midfielders in Ecuador. Career peak and international recognition. Burbano's rise in Ecuadorian football eventually led him to the national team. His performances at El Nacional, along with his success in the domestic league, earned him a call-up to the Ecuadorian national team in 2004. Burbano's debut on the international stage came at a time when Ecuador was becoming a strong force in South American football, especially under the guidance of manager Luis Fernando Suarez. Burbano made his debut for the national team in 2004 in a World Cup qualifier against Peru. Although his international career was somewhat limited in terms of appearances, he played a key role in the squad's midfield during his time with the national team. His performances in qualifiers and friendlies showed his capacity to handle high-pressure situations and his adaptability to different styles of play. He played an essential role in helping Ecuador qualify for international competitions like the Copa America. Burbano's contributions during this period highlighted his ability to be a link between defense and attack. His vision and distribution made him a key player in Ecuador's midfield. While he wasn't always a regular starter for the national team, Burbano was known for stepping up when needed, providing depth and stability to the team's lineup. Domestic success and international stints. As his national team career progressed, Burbano also enjoyed successful club stints both domestically and abroad. In 2007, he made a move to Club America in Mexico, one of the most prominent teams in the Mexican Football League. This move marked a significant chapter in Burbano's career, as it allowed him to compete in one of the most competitive leagues in the Americas. At Club America, Burbano faced a new challenge, playing in a league that demanded a higher level of technical and physical intensity. His ability to adapt to the demands of Mexican football was evident in his performances, and although his time in Mexico was relatively short, Burbano's skill set helped him earn a solid reputation as a reliable midfielder. After leaving Club America, Burbano returned to Ecuador, playing for several clubs, including Barcelona SC, where he contributed significantly to the team's success. His time at Barcelona SC was marked by his leadership and consistency. He helped the team achieve significant domestic success, including strong performances in the Ecuadorian Serie A and international club competitions. Final years and retirement. In the later stages of his career, Burbano faced the common challenges that come with aging as a professional athlete. Injuries began to take their toll, and his appearances for both club and country became less frequent. Despite these challenges, Burbano remained a valued player, known for his professionalism and the experience he brought to the teams he played for. As the years passed, Burbano transitioned to playing for smaller clubs in Ecuador, where he continued to contribute as a seasoned player. However, by the time he reached his early 30s, he began contemplating retirement. He officially retired from professional football in 2015, ending a career that spanned over a decade in the top tiers of both Ecuadorian and Mexican football. After retiring, Burbano transitioned to a life outside of professional football. While not much is known about his post-football career, he has expressed interest in coaching and helping develop young players in Ecuador. His experience in both South American and international football makes him a valuable asset for the future of the sport in Ecuador. Legacy and influence. Juan Carlos Burbano may not have reached the global heights of some of his peers, but his impact on Ecuadorian football is undeniable. He is remembered as a tenacious and skillful midfielder who could influence games with his intelligence and technical ability. His role in Ecuador's rise as a competitive footballing nation during the early 2000s is a significant part of his legacy, and he remains a respected figure in Ecuadorian football. Though his national team career was not as long as some might have hoped, Burbano's contributions to Ecuador's qualification for tournaments like the Copa America and World Cup qualifiers are a testament to his talent and professionalism. His ability to adapt to different leagues, particularly in Ecuador and Mexico, speaks to his versatility and dedication to the sport. Today, Burbano is remembered as a player who gave his all for both club and country, contributing to the development of Ecuadorian football at a crucial time in the nation's history. His time at clubs like El Nacional, Barcelona SC, and Club America solidified his place in football history, not only in Ecuador but across Latin America. Conclusion: Juan Carlos Burbano's career is one marked by versatility, consistency, and a strong work ethic. While not always in the international spotlight, his contributions to Ecuadorian football, both domestically and internationally, will not be forgotten. From his youth days in Esmeraldas to his time with major clubs in Ecuador and Mexico, Burbano's journey exemplifies the life of a dedicated professional footballer. Early life and beginnings in football. Luis Gomez was born on April 15, 1994, in San Sebastián, Spain. Growing up in the Basque region, a place deeply passionate about football, Gomez was naturally drawn to the sport from a young age. His early years were spent playing in local parks and on the streets, where he quickly developed his skill and vision for the game. Football is an integral part of life in the Basque country, and as a young boy, Luis was inspired by the success of local clubs and players, particularly Real Sociedad, the team representing his hometown. Luis's talent on the ball became evident during his time in the youth ranks. His quick feet, technical ability, and creativity as an attacking midfielder stood out among his peers. It wasn't long before he caught the attention of scouts, and at just 12 years old, Gomez joined the Real Sociedad Youth Academy, a prestigious footballing institution known for producing top-tier players. There, he began his formal footballing education, learning the intricacies of the game and refining his technical skills. His time in the youth system was marked by rapid development, and it was clear that he had the potential to make a successful career for himself in professional football. Gomez played through the academy ranks with distinction, earning praise for his maturity on the pitch and his ability to link play. His performances as a midfielder led him to be regarded as one of the club's brightest young prospects. Rise through the ranks at Real Sociedad. Luis Gomez's career took a significant step forward when he was promoted to the Real Sociedad B team in 2012, at the age of 18. The second-tier team, often referred to as Real Sociedad B, provides a platform for promising youngsters to break into the first team. Gomez's transition from the youth ranks to senior football was relatively smooth, and he impressed coaches with his adaptability and composure in the midfield. Playing for Real Sociedad B in the Segunda División B, Spain's third tier, Gomez gained valuable experience. Although the competition was tough, it gave him the opportunity to face physically demanding opposition and further develop his tactical understanding of the game. Gomez's flair, vision, and ability to dictate play quickly caught the attention of the first team, and in 2014, at just 20 years old, he was promoted to Real Sociedad's senior squad. At Real Sociedad, Gomez was tasked with competing for a spot in an already competitive midfield, filled with experienced and talented players. However, despite the challenges, the young midfielder's skill set allowed him to break into the first team with remarkable ease. His style of play, characterized by fluid dribbling, excellent ball control, and vision, made him an invaluable asset for the team. Breakthrough and professional career. Luis Gomez's breakthrough season came during the 2015-2016 La Liga campaign. By this point, he had become an important squad member for Real Sociedad under coach David Moyes. As the season progressed, Gomez continued to gain more playing time and was often deployed in various roles in the midfield, from a central attacking midfielder to a deeper-lying playmaker. His versatility was one of the key elements that set him apart from other young midfielders in Spain. Over the course of the 2015-2016 season, Gomez showcased his incredible ability to link up play and his vision in the final third. His ability to pick out dangerous passes and create opportunities for his teammates quickly earned him the recognition of football pundits and fans alike. Although the club finished the season mid-table, Gomez's performances were notable as he displayed an admirable level of consistency and maturity for a player so young. His form for Real Sociedad did not go unnoticed, and by the 2016-2017 season, Gomez became a regular starter for the club. He continued to develop his technical abilities, improving his passing range and understanding of tactical positioning. His dynamic presence in the midfield became essential to Real Sociedad's success. And he started to gain attention from clubs beyond Spain's borders. Move to the Premier League, a new challenge. In 2018, after several successful seasons with Real Sociedad, Luis Gomez made the decision to move abroad to England, signing with West Ham United in the Premier League. This transfer marked a significant step in his career, as the Premier League is widely regarded as one of the most competitive leagues in the world. At West Ham United, Gomez faced a new set of challenges, playing in a more physically demanding league. Initially, he struggled to adjust to the increased pace and intensity of the Premier League but soon settled into his new environment. His technical quality, however, continued to shine through, as he was able to adapt his style of play to the English game. Despite a few setbacks and injuries during his first year, Gomez found his rhythm in the 2019-2020 season, becoming a key figure in the West Ham midfield. His passing accuracy, vision, and ability to break down opposing defenses made him a vital part of the team. In his time with West Ham, Gomez was often deployed as a central midfielder or an attacking midfielder, where he continued to show his ability to control the tempo of matches and contribute to both defensive and offensive phases of play. His versatility was a crucial asset, and he earned praise for his adaptability under different tactical setups. International career, representing Spain. Luis Gomez's success at the club level did not go unnoticed by the national team selectors. In 2017, after some impressive seasons in La Liga, Gomez received his first call-up to the Spanish national team. Although Spain was already filled with world-class talent in the midfield, Gomez's technical abilities and composure on the ball earned him a spot in the squad. He made his international debut for Spain in a friendly match against Germany in 2018, coming on as a substitute in the second half. His debut performance was marked by his excellent vision and ability to maintain possession, which helped him make a solid impression in his first outing with the senior team. Over the next few years, Gomez continued to represent Spain in European Championship qualifiers and World Cup qualifying matches, though he often found himself playing a backup role behind established stars like Sergio Busquets and Andrés Iniesta. However, his international appearances were still valuable, and he continued to learn from some of the best midfielders in world football. Later years and impact. As of 2022, Luis Gomez remains an important player for West Ham United, contributing to their mid-table performances and occasionally breaking into the starting 11. His journey has not been without its challenges, and his time in the Premier League has helped him grow both as a player and as a person. Beyond his playing career, Luis Gomez has become an ambassador for Spanish football, regularly contributing to youth development and coaching initiatives. He is often seen in the media discussing tactical approaches to the game and is involved in various football community projects. While his career continues to evolve, it is clear that Luis Gomez will leave a lasting legacy in the Spanish football landscape, having made significant contributions both at the club level and internationally for his national team. His journey from the youth ranks of Real Sociedad to playing in the Premier League and representing Spain will remain a source of inspiration for aspiring footballers across Spain and beyond. Early life and background. Marlon Iovi was born on January 24, 1986, in Esmeraldas, Ecuador, a city known for its coastal beauty and vibrant football culture. Growing up in Esmeraldas, Iovi was exposed to football from an early age, a passion shared by many in the region. He came from a modest background, where football was not only a pastime but also a means of community identity. His early years were spent honing his skills in local youth teams, where his natural talent quickly became evident. From the age of 12, Iovi joined various youth academies, where he developed his technique and tactical understanding of the game. His skills as a left-footed player, combined with his speed and ability to read the game, set him apart from other players in his age group. He soon attracted the attention of scouts from professional clubs in Ecuador, and by the time he was 17, Iovi had joined Deportivo Quito, one of Ecuador's most respected football clubs. Rise to prominence with Deportivo Quito. Iovi's professional debut came in 2003 with Deportivo Quito, marking the start of his career in Ecuador's top football division, Serie A. His first years at Deportivo Quito were a learning curve, but his performances were promising. As a winger, Iovi's flair and dribbling ability stood out, and he began to earn more playing time. In the following seasons, his reputation grew as a dynamic player capable of influencing matches. His pace, combined with his ability to beat defenders on the flanks, made him a dangerous player for opposing teams. Iovi's impact was felt both in domestic competitions and in international club competitions, where he earned a reputation as one of Ecuador's most exciting prospects. His performances with Deportivo Quito caught the eye of several larger clubs in Ecuador, and his potential was clear. During his time with the club, Iovi helped Deportivo Quito win the Ecuadorian Serie A championship in 2008, marking one of the high points of his career. The club's victory was a historic moment, and Iovi's contributions were central to the team's success. His ability to assist in key moments and his consistency made him a fan favorite, and he became an important player in Ecuadorian football. International breakthrough and success with the Ecuadorian national team. Iovi's success at the club level eventually led to his inclusion in the Ecuadorian national team. His first call-up came in 2007, and he was soon involved in international competitions. The Ecuadorian national team was on the rise during this period, and Iovi became an important part of the squad's ambitions. His international breakthrough came in 2007, when he played an integral role in helping Ecuador qualify for the Copa America. During the competition, Iovi showcased his ability to perform on the big stage, contributing to Ecuador's strong performances. His runs down the wing, pinpoint crosses, and ability to score goals made him a valuable asset for his country. One of Iovi's most notable moments came during the 2010 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, where his performances helped Ecuador secure a spot in the prestigious tournament. His contribution to the national team extended beyond just goals and assists. His energy, discipline, and defensive work were equally important in maintaining balance for Ecuador. Move to Mexico and international clubs. In 2010, after years of success in Ecuador, Iovi moved abroad to play for Atlante FC in Mexico. The move marked a new chapter in his career, as he ventured into the Mexican Primera División, one of the most competitive leagues in Latin America. At Atlante, Iovi's game evolved as he adjusted to the tactical demands of a new league. His speed and flair remained his trademarks, but he also developed a more disciplined approach to his game under the guidance of his new coaches. His time at Atlante was marked by strong performances, where Iovi not only contributed in attack but also demonstrated his work ethic in tracking back to help defensively. His ability to adapt to the competitive nature of the Mexican league helped him earn a reputation as a reliable player capable of delivering in high-pressure situations. Iovi's career in Mexico saw him play for several other clubs, including Club León, where he was able to display his versatility and remained an important part of their attacking options. While his time in Mexico was successful, Iovi also returned to Ecuador during the later stages of his career, contributing to local clubs such as Barcelona SC and Liga Deportiva Universitaria de Quito. Career peak and main achievements. The peak of Iovi's career came during his time in the Ecuadorian Serie A, both domestically and internationally. His time with Deportivo Quito remains one of the highlights of his career, having helped them win the Ecuadorian Serie A title in 2008. His work with the national team was equally impactful. Iovi's skill and passion were crucial in Ecuador's qualification for the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa, a major achievement for the country. Although Ecuador did not make it past the group stage in the 2010 World Cup, Iovi's performances in the qualifiers and during the tournament were a testament to his abilities as an international player. His tenacity, technical skills, and determination earned him the respect of his teammates, coaches, and fans alike. One of the standout moments of his career came in 2013, when Iovi helped Ecuador win the Copa Sudamericana, one of the most prestigious tournaments in South American football. His performances throughout the competition, which included scoring crucial goals and providing key assists, helped elevate his reputation as one of Ecuador's finest wingers. Final years and retirement. As Iovi entered his 30s, he began to experience the natural physical decline that many athletes face. He spent his final playing years in Ecuador, where he continued to contribute to Liga de Quito and Barcelona SC. His time at these clubs was less frequent than in his prime, but Iovi continued to offer leadership and experience to the next generation of players. Iovi retired from professional football in 2017, after a long and successful career in both the Ecuadorian Serie A and Mexican football. Following his retirement, Iovi took on a more involved role in football in Ecuador, where he expressed interest in coaching and mentoring young players. His legacy, particularly as a national team player and as one of Ecuador's finest attacking wingers, is deeply rooted in the hearts of football fans in the country. Legacy and influence. Marlon Iovi is remembered as one of Ecuador's most influential players of his generation. His legacy transcends his domestic and international success. He was a symbol of Ecuador's rise in international football, particularly in the 2000s and 2010s. His dedication to both club and country inspired countless young players in Ecuador, especially those aspiring to play professionally. Iovi's versatility, speed, and technical ability left a lasting mark on both Ecuadorian football and South American football as a whole. His contributions in the Copa Sudamericana and FIFA World Cup qualifiers highlighted his importance as a key player in the national team. He was admired for his ability to make decisive contributions in the most important moments, whether it was providing a crucial assist or scoring an important goal. Through his post-retirement work, Iovi continues to shape the future of Ecuadorian football. His impact on the sport, both on and off the field, is a testament to his hard work, passion, and commitment to the beautiful game. Conclusion. Marlon Iovi's career is one of determination, passion, and success. From his early days in Esmeraldas to his time playing in top leagues in Ecuador and Mexico, Iovi's journey is one marked by perseverance and talent. His contributions to Ecuador's football history, both domestically and internationally, will continue to inspire future generations of players in the country. While Iovi may have retired from playing, his legacy in Ecuadorian football remains an important chapter in the sport's history. Early life and background. Oswaldo Ibarra was born on July 3, 1979, in Guayaquil, Ecuador. From an early age, he showed a deep passion for football, which was nurtured by the vibrant football culture in his hometown. Guayaquil, Ecuador's second-largest city and a hotbed of football talent, played a significant role in shaping Ibarra's early career. Football is the national sport in Ecuador, and the local competition is fierce, driving young players like Ibarra to strive for excellence. Growing up in a working-class family, Ibarra was not handed success on a silver platter. Instead, he worked hard to earn his place in Ecuadorian football. He started his football journey playing for local clubs, and by the time he was a teenager, his talents were undeniable. Known for his speed, technical ability, and flair, he soon caught the attention of scouts from some of the bigger clubs in the country. Club career, rise to prominence. Ibarra's professional career began when he joined Emelec, one of Ecuador's biggest football clubs. At the age of 18, Club Sport Emelec, based in Guayaquil, has a long-standing tradition of producing top football talent, and Ibarra was eager to prove himself on the biggest stage. His arrival at Emelec marked the beginning of his rise to prominence, both domestically and internationally. At Emelec, Ibarra quickly adapted to the competitive nature of the top-tier Ecuadorian football league, Serie A. As a central midfielder, Ibarra's skill set was highly valued. His exceptional passing range, vision, and creativity allowed him to control the tempo of games and dictate play from the middle of the park. It was during his time at Emelec that Ibarra first began to make a name for himself, earning both respect from his teammates and admiration from opposition fans. Ibarra's performances helped Emelec secure crucial victories in domestic competitions, and he became a fan favorite for his flair on the ball and his work ethic. His ability to break down opposing defenses with his precise passing and dribbling quickly attracted interest from bigger clubs. After several seasons at Emelec, he made the move to a higher-profile team in Ecuador, continuing his development as one of the country's most promising talents. International career and continental success. Ibarra's success with Emelec eventually earned him a call-up to the Ecuadorian national team, marking a major milestone in his career. His debut for La Tricolor came in 2000, and from that point on, he became a regular fixture in the national side. As an attacking midfielder, Ibarra's primary role on the field was to create scoring opportunities for his teammates and contribute goals when possible. His international breakthrough came during the 2002 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign, where his performances helped Ecuador secure a spot in the tournament. This was a historic achievement for Ecuador, as it marked their first-ever qualification for the FIFA World Cup. Ibarra's influence on the field was instrumental in this success, with his creativity and playmaking ability helping to unlock defenses during crucial qualifiers. Although Ecuador's performance in the 2002 World Cup was short-lived, failing to make it past the group stage, Ibarra had already established himself as one of the top players in the national team. His passing ability, vision, and dribbling made him an integral part of Ecuador's midfield in the years to come. Ibarra continued to play a key role in the national team's progress in subsequent international competitions. Moves to international clubs and notable transfers. In the years following his success with Emelec, Ibarra attracted attention from clubs abroad, eager to add his talent to their rosters. One of his most significant moves came in 2005, when he transferred to the Argentine club Lanús in the Argentine Primera División. The move to Lanús was a pivotal moment in Ibarra's career, as it represented his first major step outside of Ecuadorian football. At Lanús, Ibarra faced a new set of challenges, as the competition in Argentina was intense, and the level of football was among the best in South America. However, his skills translated well to the Argentine League, where he quickly became known for his tactical intelligence and his ability to break down opposition defenses. Ibarra's stint in Argentina proved to be successful, and he earned the respect of both fans and coaches alike. His time in Argentina was followed by a move to the Mexican Football League, where he joined Club Atlas. His time in Mexico was characterized by strong performances and consistent play, but it was also marked by the ups and downs of club football, with injuries and competition for spots in the first team. Despite these challenges, Ibarra remained a prominent figure in the Mexican League and continued to represent Ecuador at the international level. Returning to Ecuador and legacy. After several years playing abroad, Ibarra made the decision to return to Ecuador in the late 2000s, rejoining Emelec for a second spell. His return was highly anticipated by the fans, who were eager to see their star midfielder back in action. Ibarra's influence on the pitch had only grown with time, and he quickly became one of the most experienced and skilled players in the Ecuadorian league. In his second stint at Emelec, Ibarra's experience and leadership were invaluable to the club, both on and off the field. His ability to mentor younger players and guide the team through difficult matches was crucial in helping Emelec achieve consistent performances in national competitions. His leadership qualities also helped the club secure important victories, and he remained a beloved figure in Guayaquil throughout his career. International recognition and honors. Ibarra's contributions to Ecuadorian football did not go unnoticed internationally. His reputation as one of the most skilled midfielders in South America earned him recognition from fans and pundits alike. He was part of the Ecuadorian squad for multiple Copa America tournaments, where he contributed to Ecuador's notable performances against some of South America's most formidable teams. His composure on the ball and his ability to play in high-pressure situations made him an asset in these tournaments. In addition to his success at the national level, Ibarra's career in club football also earned him several individual awards. His time at Lanús, Atlas, and Emelec was marked by numerous accolades, including appearances in Domestic Team of the Year selections and recognition for his goal contributions and assists. His achievements in Liga MX and Argentina helped solidify his reputation as one of Ecuador's greatest football exports. Retirement and post-playing career. Ibarra announced his retirement from professional football in 2013, bringing an end to a long and successful career. After retiring, Ibarra shifted his focus to coaching and football development. As a former professional player, he used his vast knowledge and experience to mentor younger generations of players in Ecuador. His post-playing career has been dedicated to helping develop the next wave of football talent in his home country. Ibarra's retirement did not mark the end of his connection to the sport. He remained an active figure in Ecuadorian football, involved in grassroots programs and assisting clubs with their youth academies. His deep understanding of the game and his passion for football have made him a respected figure in the Ecuadorian football community. Early life and football beginnings. Raul Andrés Guerin Muñoz, known simply as Raul Guerin, was born on October 24, 1984, in Quito, the capital city of Ecuador. Football runs deep in the veins of many Ecuadorians, and Guerin, who hails from a modest background, was no different. From an early age, he demonstrated an impressive talent for the sport. Growing up in the bustling city of Quito, he played football on the streets, like many of his peers, with a passion that was undeniable. Guerin's path into professional football began in Ecuador's youth football academies, where he was quickly recognized for his incredible pace, dribbling ability, and knack for scoring goals. He joined the youth team of Liga Deportiva Universitaria de Quito, LDU Quito, a club that would later become instrumental in shaping his career. His natural talent and determination soon earned him a place in the senior team, where he began to showcase his skills at a higher level. At just 17 years old, Guerin made his debut in Serie A, the top division of Ecuadorian football, playing for LDU Quito. His performance on the field quickly caught the attention of local fans and football scouts alike. As a young winger, Guerin was celebrated for his agility, flair, and ability to glide past defenders, traits that would define his playing style throughout his career. Rise to prominence at LDU Quito. During his early years at LDU Quito, Raul Guerin continued to develop his footballing abilities under the guidance of some of Ecuador's top coaches. By the age of 19, Guerin had already become an integral part of the LDU Quito first team. His playmaking ability, combined with his dribbling skills, made him a key figure in the attack. Guerin's exceptional pace on the wing allowed him to break through defenses and provide assists, while also scoring goals himself. Guerin's standout performances in domestic competitions helped elevate him to national recognition. His role in helping LDU Quito win the 2003 Serie A title was a testament to his growing influence on the field. The championship was significant for the club, marking their first league title in several years, and Guerin played a crucial part in securing this victory. The winger's speed and unpredictability made him one of the most exciting players in the league, drawing attention from clubs both within Ecuador and abroad. As his reputation grew in Ecuador, Guerin became a regular fixture in the Ecuadorian national team. His call-up to represent the national team was a significant milestone in his career, affirming his status as one of Ecuador's brightest young talents. International career and move to Europe. Raul Guerin's rise to prominence in Ecuadorian football soon opened the door to international opportunities. His consistent performances with LDU Quito led to interest from European clubs, and in 2006, Guerin made his first move abroad. He signed with Real Betis in Spain's La Liga, joining one of the top clubs in the Spanish top flight. Guerin's move to Real Betis represented a major step forward in his career. La Liga was, and still is, one of the most competitive leagues in the world, and for Guerin, it provided an opportunity to test himself against some of the best players in the world. At Real Betis, Guerin faced stiff competition for a place in the starting lineup, but his determination to succeed in Europe was evident. Despite the challenges, Guerin made an immediate impact at Real Betis. His explosive speed, dribbling ability, and creative vision were seen as valuable assets to the team. However, his time in Spain was not without its difficulties. Injuries, coupled with the highly competitive nature of La Liga, prevented him from fully cementing his place in the team. Guerin's spell in Spain was relatively brief, but it was nonetheless a crucial phase in his development as a player. Return to South America and further success. After a challenging spell in Spain, Guerin returned to South America, where he continued his football journey. He played for various clubs, including stints in Brazil and Argentina. where he continued to show glimpses of the talent that made him a household name in Ecuador. His time in Brazil's Serie A, where he played for Fluminense, was marked by his ability to terrorize defenders with his dribbling skills and lightning-fast pace. However, Guerin's time in Brazil was cut short, and he soon moved to Argentina, where he played for clubs such as Club Atlético Huracán. His career in Argentina provided Guerin with the opportunity to refine his skills in a highly tactical and competitive league. Despite not always playing for the top clubs, he was able to showcase his technical ability and attacking flair. His time in Huracán saw him return to form, with his performances earning him praise from fans and coaches alike. Ecuadorian return and legacy. Guerin's return to Ecuador, this time with El Nacional, was another chapter in his remarkable career. By now, he had gained significant experience from his time in Spain, Brazil, and Argentina, and was regarded as a seasoned player capable of providing leadership on the field. His skills and understanding of the game made him a key figure for El Nacional, where he continued to play at a high level well into his 30s. His leadership qualities and experience were crucial for the development of younger players at the club. He also continued to be a part of the Ecuador national team, where he remained an important player due to his experience, leadership, and ability to make a difference in matches. Guerin's consistency and professionalism on and off the field earned him a spot in the team for various international tournaments, including the Copa America and World Cup qualification matches. As of recent years, Raúl Guerin has transitioned into a more mentor-like role in his later career, helping young players both on the field and with their professional development. His legacy as a player who contributed significantly to Ecuadorian football is secure, and he remains one of the most recognized footballers to have emerged from Ecuador in the early 21st century. Legacy and final years. Raúl Guerin's impact on Ecuadorian football is undeniable. As a player, he was known for his incredible pace, dribbling skills, and attacking vision, all of which made him a dangerous player in the final third of the pitch. His time with LDU Quito and the Ecuador national team, as well as his stints in Europe and South America, cemented his place as one of the key players of his generation. Throughout his career, Guerin's contributions to Ecuador's national football team were significant, particularly during the 2006 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, where his performances helped secure Ecuador's place in the tournament. Although the national team had many standout players during that period, Guerin's pace and creativity were crucial in providing the team with attacking depth. In recent years, Guerin has moved away from professional football but continues to be involved in the Ecuadorian football scene. His influence on the next generation of Ecuadorian footballers, both in terms of his style of play and his work ethic, has left a lasting impact on the sport in Ecuador. Conclusion: a remarkable career. Raúl Guerin's football journey is one marked by resilience, skill, and determination. From his early days in Quito to his career in Europe and South America, he experienced both successes and challenges. Despite the ups and downs, Guerin's legacy in Ecuadorian football remains strong. His career in international and club football not only helped raise the profile of Ecuadorian football globally but also provided inspiration for future generations of players in his home country. Known for his speed, creativity, and ability to make an impact on the pitch, Raúl Guerin remains a respected figure in Ecuadorian football history. His contributions to LDU Quito, the Ecuador national team, and his numerous international club experiences have solidified his reputation as one of Ecuador's finest footballers of the 21st century. Early life and football beginnings. Nicolas Asensio was born on August 28, 1980, in Saint-Étienne, a city known for its rich footballing history and passionate fanbase. Growing up in a country where football holds an undeniable significance, Asensio was naturally drawn to the sport from a young age. He was raised in an environment where sports were not just a pastime, but a way of life, and football was at the heart of his family's interests. Asensio's early exposure to the game involved playing on the streets and in local parks, where his talent quickly became apparent. His potential was noticed by local scouts, and at the age of 13, he joined the youth academy of AS Saint-Étienne, one of the most prestigious clubs in French football. The club, which boasts a deep history of nurturing homegrown talent, proved to be the perfect environment for Asensio's development. During his formative years at AS Saint-Étienne, he honed his skills as a forward, making a name for himself with his exceptional speed, technical ability, and knack for finding the back of the net. It didn't take long for Asensio to progress through the ranks, and by the time he turned 18, he made his professional debut for the senior team. The transition from youth football to senior football wasn't an easy one, but Asensio's maturity and ability to adapt allowed him to quickly make his mark in the French top flight. The breakthrough at AS Saint-Étienne. Asensio's breakthrough season at AS Saint-Étienne came during the 1998-1999 Ligue 1 campaign. After impressing in the youth ranks, he made his first team debut in the French Ligue 1, a league known for its competitive nature. His style of play, characterized by powerful runs and clinical finishing, soon caught the attention of both fans and coaches. At such a young age, Asensio showed a maturity on the pitch that belied his years. During his time at Saint-Étienne, Asensio helped the club in its efforts to maintain its standing in Ligue 1. Though he was still a relatively young player, his goal-scoring ability and work ethic made him an integral part of the team. Asensio's ability to play both as a central striker and on the wings gave the coach tactical flexibility, and his performance helped him secure a starting position in the team. While his time at Saint-Étienne was marked by sporadic appearances and a lack of consistent game time, Asensio's potential was evident. He spent several years with the club before moving on, but the experience in Ligue 1 provided him with the necessary foundation to elevate his career to the next level. Move to Ligue 2 and later career. After a few seasons with AS Saint-Étienne, Asensio moved to Ligue 2, the second tier of French football, in search of more regular first-team football. In 2002, he signed for LB Châteauroux, a club looking to make a return to Ligue 1. This move proved to be a pivotal point in Asensio's career. At Châteauroux, he was given a more significant role within the squad, which allowed him to show his true potential. In his time at LB Châteauroux, Asensio became a central figure in the club's attack. He formed strong partnerships with his teammates and contributed greatly to the team's successes in the league. His performance at Châteauroux attracted the attention of several Ligue 1 clubs, and it wasn't long before he was offered a move back to the top tier of French football. After his successful stint in Ligue 2, Asensio returned to Ligue 1 with FC Metz in 2005. His time at Metz was more fruitful compared to his earlier years in the top division, as he established himself as one of the key attacking players in the squad. Asensio's experience in Ligue 1 provided him with the opportunity to refine his game, and he quickly became a prominent name in French football. Success in Spain with UD Salamanca and Sporting Gijón. While Asensio's early career was defined by his time in France, the latter part of his playing days saw him move abroad to Spain. In 2007, he signed with UD Salamanca, a team competing in Spain's second tier. Asensio's spell in La Liga 2 was one of the most significant phases of his career, as he became one of the standout players in the division. His performances for Salamanca helped the club remain competitive and provided Asensio with regular game time, allowing him to once again show his attacking prowess. During his time at UD Salamanca, Asensio made a substantial impact on the pitch. He contributed with both goals and assists, and his performances earned him a move to Sporting Gijón in 2009, a club competing in La Liga. At Gijón, Asensio reached the peak of his Spanish career, playing in La Liga for the first time. His time with Sporting Gijón marked a new chapter in his professional life, as he faced the challenge of playing in one of Europe's most competitive leagues. Return to France and later years. After his spell in Spain, Asensio returned to France to continue his career. He joined Nîmes Olympique in 2012, a club competing in Ligue 2. His move back to France allowed him to finish his career on a high note, as he continued to contribute to the success of his new team. Though his pace and physicality had diminished with age, Asensio's experience and footballing intelligence made him a key leader both on and off the pitch. Asensio retired from professional football in 2014, having played in France, Spain, and various lower league clubs over the course of his career. He left the game with a reputation as a hard-working, versatile attacker who had made significant contributions to every team he played for. His career was marked by his consistency, his adaptability in different leagues, and his ability to remain relevant in competitive football despite facing various challenges throughout his career. Legacy and influence. While Raul Guerin may not have enjoyed the same level of fame or success as some of his more celebrated contemporaries, he carved out a respectable career for himself and left a lasting impact on every club he represented. His career can be described as one that was marked by perseverance, versatility, and the kind of quiet professionalism that many football fans, especially those in Ecuador, will always remember. Guerin was not just a player with flair and pace, but also one who possessed a strong footballing mind. His contributions to the Ecuador national team were significant during the 2000s, and he remains one of the notable names of Ecuador's rise on the international stage. For many fans of LDU Quito, the club where he spent some of his best years, Guerin's name will always be associated with the club's successes in the domestic league and in international competitions. Even though his professional footballing career is over, Guerin's influence remains within the Ecuadorian footballing community. He continues to be an ambassador for the sport in his home country and remains a respected figure among football fans. As of today, Raul Guerin can be found involved in youth development and coaching initiatives in Ecuador, passing on his wealth of knowledge and experience to the next generation of players. His career may not have reached the heights of some of the global footballing superstars, but his contributions to Ecuadorian football and his journey through both domestic and international football remain an inspiration for young players looking to follow in his footsteps. Early life and beginnings in football. Ivan Jacinto Caviedes was born on October 24, 1979, in Guayaquil, Ecuador, into a family with strong connections to football. His father, a former professional player, introduced him to the sport at a young age. Growing up in Ecuador's coastal city, Caviedes quickly developed a love for football and exhibited a natural flair for the game. His early years were marked by an intense passion for the sport, and he quickly became recognized as one of the country's most promising talents. At just 8 years old, Ivan joined the youth system of the prominent Ecuadorian club Emelec, one of the top clubs in Ecuador. This marked the beginning of his journey toward professional football. Caviedes stood out from the beginning with his remarkable dribbling skills, quick feet, and creativity on the ball. As he progressed through the ranks of Emelec, it became increasingly clear that his talent could take him far beyond Ecuadorian youth football. By the age of 16, Caviedes had made his debut for the senior team, marking the start of a professional career that would see him become one of Ecuador's most prominent footballing exports. Rise to prominence in Ecuador. Caviedes quickly became one of the most exciting players in the Ecuadorian Serie A. His performances for Emelec during his early career drew the attention of scouts from both domestic and international clubs. His ability to beat defenders with ease, his speed, and his natural eye for goal made him a standout figure in Ecuadorian football. In 1998, Caviedes made a move to Barcelona SC, one of the biggest clubs in Ecuador, further solidifying his reputation as one of the top young talents in South America. At Barcelona SC, Caviedes enjoyed his first taste of success on a larger scale. His time at the club was marked by his contribution to the team's attacking play, with his pace, skill, and vision being a significant asset in the offensive third. This period allowed Caviedes to grow both as a player and as a leader, with his leadership qualities becoming more evident. His exceptional performances in the Ecuadorian League and his growing popularity did not go unnoticed by European clubs. By 2000, Caviedes had earned a move to Spain's La Liga, marking the beginning of his European journey. European journey, the move to Spain. In 2000, Caviedes moved to La Liga after signing with Real Betis in Spain. His time in Spain marked the next stage in his career, where he would face higher levels of competition. Upon arrival in Spain, Caviedes was immediately seen as a promising talent who could bring flair and creativity to Real Betis' attacking play. However, his transition to European football was not without its challenges. Like many South American players making the move to Europe, Caviedes had to adjust to the tactical and physical demands of European football. While he displayed flashes of brilliance, Caviedes struggled with consistency during his first season. Despite showing glimpses of his potential, he struggled to cement a regular spot in the starting lineup. After just one season with Real Betis, he moved on to Granada CF, another Spanish club, on loan. This period was marked by a struggle to find consistent form, but it also presented an opportunity for Caviedes to adapt to European football at a deeper level. However, despite these early setbacks, Caviedes' career in Europe was far from over. His persistence and raw talent eventually caught the eye of other clubs across Europe. The move to Italy and international recognition. In 2002, after his time in Spain, Caviedes made a high-profile move to Italy's Serie A, signing with Perugia. The Italian league was known for its intense defensive structures, which made it a challenging environment for many attacking players. Caviedes, however, seemed to thrive under the tactical nature of Italian football. His time at Perugia marked a major turning point in his career. He gained recognition for his technical skills, vision, and ability to link up play. His quick dribbling and flair set him apart from other attacking players, and he soon became a key figure in the team's offense. During his time in Italy, Caviedes' performances did not go unnoticed by Ecuador's national team selectors. By 2003, he was called up to represent Ecuador on the international stage, marking the beginning of his significant impact on his country's national team. His international debut came during the 2002 World Cup qualifiers, where his skills in attack helped elevate Ecuador to the top of the South American qualifying table. Caviedes played a pivotal role in Ecuador's qualification for the 2002 FIFA World Cup, becoming a vital player in the national team's attack. His contribution to Ecuador's success was a moment of national pride, as it marked the country's first appearance in the World Cup finals. Although Ecuador did not progress far in the tournament, Caviedes' performances in the qualifiers and the World Cup helped solidify his reputation as one of the most talented attacking players in South America. The peak of his career, success with Ecuador and abroad. Caviedes' peak years in football came in the mid-2000s, both with Ecuador and in various European clubs. His performances for Ecuador were instrumental in the country's success on the international stage. In the 2006 FIFA World Cup, Caviedes played a crucial role in Ecuador's impressive run to the round of 16, where they were eliminated by England. His pace, skill, and creativity were vital to Ecuador's attacking play, and his partnership with other key players such as Antonio Valencia made Ecuador a formidable force in South American football. At the same time, Caviedes continued to experience a relatively successful club career. His time with Perugia and later Genoa in Italy, and short stints with other European clubs like Alemannia Aachen in Germany, proved that he was capable of competing at the highest level of club football. However, Caviedes never managed to replicate the same level of consistency at the club level that he demonstrated with Ecuador's national team. Throughout his peak years, Caviedes remained a highly sought-after player. His ability to influence matches with moments of brilliance, particularly with his dribbling and precise passing, kept him in demand among European clubs. However, after the peak of his career, the latter part of the 2000s and 2010s was marked by a series of moves to smaller clubs and more irregular performances, as injuries and inconsistent form began to take their toll. Later years and decline. As Caviedes entered the twilight of his career, his performances began to wane. Injuries, combined with the demanding nature of top-flight football, led to his decline in form. His moves to clubs in the lower divisions of European football and a return to Ecuador marked the final stages of his playing career. Despite these setbacks, Caviedes' legacy within Ecuadorian football remained intact. He was widely regarded as one of the most skilled players of his generation, known for his creativity, technique, and vision on the ball. His influence on Ecuadorian football, both at the club and international level, continues to be celebrated, and he remains a beloved figure among football fans in his home country. Retirement and legacy. Ivan Caviedes retired from professional football in 2015, bringing an end to a career that had spanned over 15 years at the highest levels of club and international football. While his later years were marred by injuries and less prominent performances, his early career achievements and his role in Ecuador's rise on the international football stage left a lasting impact on the game. After retiring, Caviedes has remained involved in football, occasionally participating in charity matches and serving as an ambassador for various football initiatives in Ecuador. His story is one of overcoming early struggles and rising to prominence on the world stage, becoming an integral part of one of Ecuador's most successful national teams. Caviedes will forever be remembered as a gifted and charismatic player whose skill and flair on the ball captured the hearts of fans around the world. His legacy lives on as a symbol of Ecuadorian footballing excellence, and he remains a source of inspiration for young players aspiring to follow in his footsteps.